They are healthy. They have 13 players dressed. They can go at these guys in waves because, as we mentioned, the Charge a bit short-handed, and they can also go at Taco Fall with a lot of size. They can bring Daniel Oturu off the bench, maybe wear down the big man because conditioning has always been an issue for him at 7'6".
He's the star attraction this evening. A lot of young faces in the crowd tonight at the Now Arena. Just kept looking high into the sky inside the Now Arena, watching Taco Fall warm up. As the Charge in their traveling white uniforms, as Mark mentioned, short-handed tonight with just 8 dressed. As the shot clock's down to 7, here's that first matchup of the night. Making it look easy is Taco Fall, and every time he gets the ball tonight, the Rock, everyone's oohing and ahhing.
Yeah, Marko Simonovic is 6'11". He looked like a child trying to guard Taco Fall there. He just patiently backed him down and dunked it with 2 hands. As Kerwin Roach goes over the top of Taco Fall, comes up a little bit short.
Cleveland averaging 105 points a game coming into tonight's contest as Bullock ran out of real estate along the sideline. He steps out of play.
We always joke about he's in that dark corner over there. Yes. The lighting not that great, so he steps on the end line. A quick turnover for the Cleveland Charge. The ball goes back to the Bulls.
So Cleveland averaging 105 a game. Windy City at 109. Bulls give up about just under 106 a game, while the Charge close to 120. So the Bulls.
Yeah, that's not good. No. That's something the Bulls could definitely exploit in this game.
First touch of the night for Simonovic. A 3 from the corner is off the mark.
And going up against a 7'6" opponent, I guess he figured maybe I'll wander out to the three-point line. That might be good for me tonight.
Simonovic, about a 29% three-point shooter, so that's one side of his game that he's continuing to work on. The second-round draft pick out of Chicago a couple of seasons ago. Fall, left-handed dribble with the shot clock down to 1. Rainbow turnaround jumper's good. Some of the audience tonight right in front of us, Mark, their jaws hit the floor as they saw that soft
block
turnaround
on the
finish.
Other end of Tyler Cook. Tyler Cook was matched up on him defensively, did a pretty good job, but Fall hit that little baseline turnaround. Now he's got low post position, but bounces it off the big shoes out of bounds, goes back to the Bulls. That's going to be a challenge on both ends, trying to defend him inside, and also when you drive to the basket, you have to be aware of where Taco Fall is at all times, and if he is close, have to put a little bit more arc on your shot in the paint.
Taco in his he's second in the G League in blocks, averaging just under 3 blocks a game. Roach, catch and shoot from the right wing, ring it up. Kerwin Roach drains his first tray of the night. He had 15 points on Sunday. He was 3 of 5 from beyond the arc in the victory against the Knicks.
Yeah, Kerwin's a little streaky from the three-point line. It's nice to see him make his first one. Not much you can do about that as Taco gets great low post position, and Simonovic kind of looked over here and shrugged his shoulders like, what do you expect me to do? The guy's got 7 inches on me.
Softest of touches from Trey Landers delivering the assist to Fall. Roach, a heat check. 3 from the left wing is good. Ring it up for Kerwin Roach. That's
he gave us the Michael Jordan look already. We're early in there. He gave us the shrug with the palms extended like, I'm hot. What are you going to do with me?
I'd say it's a high probability that Kerwin will try to shoot the next attempt for the Bulls.
I would guess so.
Newman penetrates inside. That's off the mark. And off the deflection, Simonovic recovers the rebound. Dotson into the front court, left for the Bulls. Devon, contested layup off the mark. Rebound by Kerwin Roach. And it's Kerwin 8, Cleveland 6.
What a great start for Kerwin Roach. His shooting has improved as the season has gone on from the outside, but he's a great athlete. He can hit the offensive boards for a 6'4" guard.
Real estate was at a premium. Out of bounds is Trey Landers.
And that's the better lit corner. He still stepped out of bounds. I don't know what's going on.
It's well lit probably because it's your end of the floor, Mark.
Well, I demanded that in my contract. I had to make sure the lighting was good.
And yes, folks, before every game, they check the lighting at Mark Shanowski's position to make sure it is properly lit. As Devon Dotson fires a 3 from the right side, that's off the mark. Good crowd still filing in on this wet Wednesday here in the suburbs of Chicago. Hello, Newman, missing the 3 from the left side. And a two-handed rebound controlled by Tyler Cook. Bulls in transition, picking up the pace. Malcolm Hill thought about the 3, instead finds Cook with the left hand. Shot puts it up and had the bounce, just couldn't get the finish.
Normally that's a play that Tyler would have gone all the way and tried to dunk it with the left hand, but Taco Fall was standing in his way. He thought the better part, discretion, the better part of valor there, as he decided to throw up a little floater that went in and out.
Young penetrates. We get a whistle, and we get a traveling call. And quick turnover once again for Cameron Young out of Los Angeles, undrafted in 2019 out of Quinnipiac.
Yeah, he's been on a big-time run. His last 4 games, 28, 32, 37, and 23, so he will be a big focus of the Bulls defense tonight.
4 minutes gone by here in the opening session. Hill airlifts a 3, that's off the mark, and just elevating ever so slightly was Taco Fall with the rebound. 10 or more rebounds for Taco in his last 4. Young is swinging around the perimeter. Newman, once again, good ball movement by the Charge. The 3's off the mark. Simonovic with the rebound. Marco in transition, looking to go coast to coast. Euro step and gets the finish. Marco Simonovic, step to his left, gets the finish in the middle.
That is Marco's favorite thing, to grab the defensive round and lead the fast break. You don't normally talk about a 6'11 center as a one-man fast break, but that's what Marco did that time.
Bulls by 4, early stages of this opening quarter. First of 3 here at Hoffman Estates this weekend. Great defense by Tyler Cook, who deflects it out of bounds right in front of the Canton bench. And a quick breather for Taco Fall. He will depart, and Norvell Pell will check in.
We mentioned conditioning an issue for Taco. Obviously, they're going to give him a rest, not even 5 minutes into the game. Windy City's going to try to push the pace because they have the advantage in numbers, and they can wear down this Cleveland Charge team.
Shot clock down to 2. They have to hurry for a shot. Young realizes the shot clock was winding down, turns to his teammate and says, hey,
yeah, look what I found. He saw the shot clock was about to expire and just casted it up with 2 hands. Very lucky shot, but he'll certainly take it.
Roach. Good start to this ball game for the former Texas Longhorn. Into the paint for Simonovic. And now with Taco out, you think the Bulls will try to attack more inside, and right on cue, Malcolm Hill.
Malcolm's been very consistent, scoring about 16 points in every outing over the last week or so. He provides another outside shooter in that Bulls lineup.
His 4th appearance tonight with Windy City for Malcolm Hill out of Belleville, Illinois, downstate. 16 points in his last 3 appearances.
Oh, mismatch there. Marco should have gone to work against Newman.
Cook extends
nice
with the left hand off the window, and the Bulls again taking advantage without the 7'6" Taco Fall inside. The Bulls up 14-8 as we approach a 6-minute mark.
I was going to say, you can tell immediately. Taco goes out of the game. Everything is focused on getting to the basket.
Newman circles around defenders. He'll fire a deep shot, ring it up.
You already beat me to the hello, Newman. So as Newman hits the shot from the corner, he's a familiar name to fans in the Midwest. Of course, played for Bill Self at Kansas, an outstanding player for the Jayhawks. Nice move there by Malcolm Hill off glass.
We're appreciating our U.S. postal workers tonight with Newman on the floor. 6-point lead for the Bulls. And Newman in the right wing picks up his dribble. Cross-court pass off the bounce for Bullock. Shot clock at 5 in the left corner. Starts to dribble with the right hand. High dribble guarded by Dotson. Spins, fade, no, off the mark. Great defense by Devon Dotson. The undersized defender, creating a bit of havoc for Mitch Bullock, the former Creighton Blue Jay. Roach, the finger roll, no, too strong.
Nice move by Kerwin, just couldn't get the finish, a little bit too strong off the backboard.
As we hit the 5-minute mark of the opening frame, Bulls by 6. Newman on the cross, heads towards the paint, picks up the dribble at the foul line. Nice feed inside, counted Cameron Young.
A little bit fortunate on that play. Young was kind of pinned on the baseline, but he was able to catch the ball, come back into play, and get the lay-in.
Coincidentally enough, I'll be having tacos for dinner after tonight's game. So
you got that planned.
I had that planned,
right,
yeah. Taco Wednesday at the household. 4th meeting of the year between the Bulls and the Cleveland Charge. Cleveland with 6 wins on the season mark. Half of their wins have come against the Windy City Bulls this season, and a nice finish inside for Norvell Pell, the big man out of St. John's, Antigua, and Bermuda. Not a bad place to be this time of year.
You mentioned the fact that 3 of the Cleveland Charge wins have come against the Windy City Bulls. All of those were played in Cleveland, so hopefully they can turn the tables as Henry Drell comes off the bench and hits a 3. Henry Domarsan going to his bench. He's brought in Ethan Thompson, Henry Drell, Bryce Alford, and Daniel Oturu. So we're kind of getting a hockey shift. They're all coming over the boards. We'll see in the second line.
Henry with his first bucket of the night, single-digit scoring in 8 out of his last 9. He had just 4 points Sunday in the victory against the Knicks. Off the miss, the Bulls trying to hustle things, but they'll slow it down offensively, up by 7 with under 4 to play in the first. Jump pass out to Ethan Thompson, finds Henry Drell, heat check, and misses the 3, but the Estonian fighting for his own rebound, unsuccessful. Evans, the left-handed dribble, picks it up, finds Young, thought about the 3, and said he'll penetrate, step back. Rainbow J is good, ring it up for Cameron Young.
Yeah, as I mentioned, he's been on a big-time hot streak as he pulls the visitors within 5. And Jawan Evans is an interesting story. He played at Oklahoma State for Brad Underwood. That was Underwood's last year as Bryce Alford hits the 3. That was Underwood's last year coaching the Cowboys down there, and Evans was a lightning-quick point guard who did some really good things for him. He played a little bit for the Los Angeles Clippers in the NBA, and now he's back in the G League.
Catch and shoot 3 is good. Following the Alford 3, Mitch Bullock went undrafted last summer out of Creighton. Grew up in Endora, Kansas. From Jeremy Pargo coming up at the half. He sat down with Mark Shanowski for a great interview. We'll have that for you coming up at the half on NBC Sports Chicago. Bulls thus far shooting at 50% from the field, 9 of 18. The Chart shooting an even better 60% from the field at 9 of 15 as Cleveland turns it over into the post for Daniel Oturu. Nice spin from Daniel and an easy flush for Oturu.
Yeah, he left Pell wondering what the heck happened to me. He turned the other way and he went on baseline, uncontested for the easy basket.
Oturu just 2 points on Sunday and 5.5 minutes played against the Knicks as Young stepped back on the 3 from the top of the key. That's off the mark. Rebound controlled by the Charge. Put back off the mark. Rebound and a second chance bucket is good for Josh Huestis.
Huestis staying with it that time. Missed on the first putback attempt. Was able to jump quickly and get that second chance bucket for the Charge.
Huestis from Great Falls, Montana. Drafted 29th overall back in 2014 by the Oklahoma City Thunder. Pargo finds Ethan Thompson. A deep 3 from the key is good. Hit that all the way from Barrington.
Ethan Thompson, another streak shooter. Nice to see him hit that shot coming off the bench for the Bulls.
Bulls outscoring the Cleveland bench 11-4 as we hit the 92nd mark of the first quarter. Bulls by 8. Evans into the paint. Late pass deflected by Drell, and here come the Bulls in transition. Alford, Thompson fires a 3, ring it up. 6 points in his last 2 trips for Ethan Thompson, the former Oregon State Beaver.
Heat check for Ethan Thompson that time in transition, pulled up about a couple of feet behind the line, launched a 3-point shot to extend the lead to 11.
First double-digit lead of the night for the Bulls. Evans dribbling behind the back, nearly stolen away by Drell. Shot clock at 6. Evans behind the back. That was a late whistle, an extremely late whistle. And you can see the frustration on the rookie from Estonia, Henry Drell. From my vantage point, I thought he had all ball, and Henry not pleased with the call.
Here we see it again. He might have bumped him in the lower body, but the thing that was frustrating for Henry Drell and the Bulls is the official who was right behind the play, who had the best angle, did not blow his whistle, but the baseline official who was screened off just a little bit thought something funny happened and called a late foul on Henry Drell.
First time tonight, we'll explain Mark Shanowski's favorite rule change here in the G League. The one-shot, 2-point free throw attempt. Nothing but net for Jawan Evans.
And the Ghost Runners coming back in Major League Baseball. That was decided the other day. Trying to save pitchers' arms, but that's another rule that a lot of people aren't real happy with.
I'll remain speechless on that front as Oturu hits the deck. And he'll head to the line for a one-shot, 2-point free throw attempt.
A couple of Windy City players go flying, and good teamwork there as the Bulls' two-way players, Cook and Hill, come up to pick up their fallen comrades. There you see him going up against Pell. Nice pump fake, and he draws the foul with the left hand. He'll go to the free throw line with a chance to shoot 1 for 2 points.
We mentioned the minutes dipping for Daniel Oturu. No fault of his own, as you mentioned about the two-way help for Windy City over the last couple of weeks. Unfortunately, minutes have to fall at someone's plate, and it just happened to be Daniel Oturu's, but he's been playing excellent over the course of the season.
And he's been banged up a little bit, so I think that's also played into the decisions by Henry Domersan to give more minutes to Marko Simonovic. And Simonovic is a second-round draft pick. He's an assignment player from the Bulls, and they want to develop him at every possible opportunity. Where Oturu was carrying the load offensively, there was a good stretch of the season. He was averaging 20 and 10. Yep. Even with his reduced playing time, he's still at 15 points a game for the season.
Oturu connects on the free throw, a 60% free throw shooter on the season. Shot was well off the mark. You could feel the breeze after the air ball. Final shot attempt of the quarter for the Bulls with the shot clock turned off. 10 seconds to go. Pargo will take his time with a left-handed dribble. Pargo weaving around traffic, finds Henry Drell. Henry driving inside, and it's rejected by Pell. Says, get that out of my face.
That was a heck of a block by Pell, but Henry kind of telegraphed that move. You could see he was going to go up with the left hand, and Pell was just sitting and waiting to knock that shot away. Here's another look at it. Pell, with good timing, knew exactly what Drell was going to do, timed his leap, and rejected that shot away. And still a very good first quarter for the home team. You want to establish your game. He is back out now for the start of the second quarter, but Coach Dan Giroux has got to get more minutes out of his big man if they're going to be able to hang in this game.
Bulls with the largest lead of the night as we enter the second quarter of play. A little miscommunication on the handoff from Henry Drell to Pargo. Newman recovers. Newman, a rainbow three, is off the mark. And off the bounce is controlled by Daniel Oturu.
There's a code of ethics for big man. That's why Oturu got that rebound. Pargo said, you know what? I'll just step aside. That's your job to get the boards.
It's very nice of the veteran to do that. We get a whistle. Looks like a reach-in foul is going to be called. And that's going to be on Trey Landers. Landers picks up his first.
You know, Ethan Thompson loves that. The nice drive there. He gets hacked from behind. Get a chance to pick up 2 points the easy way at the free throw line.
Ethan was quiet offensively on Sunday. Just 2 points. Snapped a 3-game double-figure streak. As Thompson missing the one-shot, 2-point free throw. Coming into tonight, Ethan, an 83% free throw shooter.
And he's been a very unselfish player. You know, he was starting most of the season, but now with a couple of the two-way players coming down, he's had to move to the bench. He's accepted his role and done a nice job as a scorer off the bench.
Soft hook shot from the right hand from Taco Fall is off the mark.
And that's a lot better. You'd much rather have him shooting a hook shot from 8 feet instead of right underneath the basket trying to dunk the ball.
Oturu thought about the three, brought the big man inside, drives inside, and is rejected from behind by Taco Fall.
That shows you the advantage of height. He was completely faked out on the move, but still was able to recover with those long arms to block the shot.
Out towards the left corner, a catch-and-shoot three is off the mark as Husett missing the three from the left side. 14% here in the early going for Cleveland from three-point territory. Alford thought about the three. He'll penetrate. Finds Oturu, who once again thought about the three. A rainbow attempt from Pargo is short. And the rebound easily scooped up by Malik Newman.
Yeah, Jeremy celebrated a birthday last week. Turned 36. He's a St. Patrick's Day born. Of course, a Chicago native. Went to Ropes in high school.
Pargo family, Gonzaga stars. Sure, they were living
Gennaro
off.
was a coach here for a while with Windy City, and he mentions his brother during the halftime interview, and I'm sure if Gennaro's watching, he may not like what Jeremy had to say. A little bit of a tease for our halftime feature coming up.
Well, you know those brothers just always like to rub on one another.
The sibling rivalry never ends, especially when you're both as accomplished in basketball as Gennaro and Jeremy Pargo have been.
So catch Mark Shanowski's interview with Jeremy Pargo coming up at the half. Oh, in about, I was going to say 10 minutes of game time, but usually 10 minutes of game time takes a little bit longer in real time.
Yeah, it'll be about 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, 20 or 30 minutes. There's Henry Domersan, Bulls first-year head coach, who, despite a lot of injuries and dealing with COVID battles, you'd say has done a great job of getting a lot of minutes for Windy City players over the course of the year. And Malcolm Hill drains the top of the key threes. Minutes have increased over the last couple of games.
You can tell what a good shooter is all about. The perfect rotation on that shot as it sailed through the net.
12-point lead for the Bulls. Taco finds Newman. Malik. Shot clock down to 5. Young catch and shoot from the key is good. Ring it up.
Good job of the Charge to move the ball against the Bulls' rotating defense, and they got the ball in the hands of their hottest player as Cameron Young hits the shot from the top of the key.
Young, who spent some time playing overseas in Europe over the last few seasons. Cut it back to a single-digit deficit for Cleveland. Hill missing on the floater.
See, that time Malcolm put a little bit of extra arc to get it over Taco Fall, and that's the reason why the shot came hard off the bracket.
Step back, left side three, just short for Newman as we approach the 9-minute mark of this first half. Oturu, this time he'll fire a three from the key, and you can tell that's not Daniel's best shot.
He's kind of grimacing going back down court, knowing I shouldn't have done that. I should have probably drove against the big man. As Oturu tries to root Taco out of the lane, gets called for the foul. He's going to go to the bench as Tyler Cook comes back in for the Bulls.
Almost an intended bear hug from behind from the former Minnesota Golden Gopher. Second look, yeah, clearly big old hug to Taco.
And, you know, that's the thing that's going to keep Taco from becoming an NBA player is the conditioning issue. On the last possession, he didn't even jump after an offensive rebound. I mean, obviously he doesn't have to in certain situations, right, but I think the fact he gets tired so easily is really going to limit how much effective he can be. Well, a nice pass there. Gets it off to Jawan Evans for the layup, and that's something that you want your big man to do when he's going to face a double team. Someone cut to the basket from the weak side, and that time Taco spotted him, and Evans hit the layup.
Rebound controlled by Pargo after the missed attempt. Scotty Lindsey, his first three attempt from the right side is short. Fall with the rebound. Taco overall in his career, 37 appearances in the NBA, including 11 this season with the Cavs. And in that time with Cleveland, just short production for Taco. 2 points, 6 minutes of play he's averaged in 11 appearances this season with the Cavaliers.
Good execution by the Bulls on that secondary break as Malcolm Hill spotted Tyler Cook diving to the basket, was able to hit him. Newman outsized there. All he could do was foul him and send Tyler Cook to the line. And that's where Tyler needs some improvement here at the free throw line. Hopefully he can make this shot, pick up 2 points for the home team.
Cook, the former Iowa Hawkeye, St. Louis native, missing the one-shot, 2-point free throw attempt. Good deflection by Roach as the Bulls get another trip. Third opportunity, and the reverse layup is good after the Malcolm Hill missed three. Right place, right time for Kerwin Roach.
Just out hustling the visitors that time for the long air ball, and Kerwin Roach picks up another easy two. Roach has been everywhere so far in the game.
Double digits here in this first half, 10 points for Kerwin. Newman, good defense by Scotty Lindsey. Shot attempt off the mark, Bulls in transition. Hill finds Pargo. Roach stepped back towards the left corner and said they'll swing it around. Scotty Lindsey, a deep three is good. Ring it up. Scotty Lindsey drains his second three attempt of the evening. Is one of two from beyond the arc.
That move by Kerwin Roach reminded me of Ray Allen in the finals, where he went all the way back to the corner and hit the shot, which of course forced overtime and helped Miami win their second NBA championship.
Backpedaled towards the corner.
He did, yeah.
Kerwin.
And he said he practiced that all the time, which seems kind of unusual, as Taco uses his 7'6" height to his advantage, gets the offensive rebound. Bulls with no choice but to foul him and send him to the line.
Another bear hug, this time from Tyler Cook on Taco Fall, and he's 7'6". We've sort of seen bigs these days in the NBA sort of drift off into the distance. Is it more conditioning on Taco Fall as he misses the one-shot, 2-point attempt to try to get him back to the NBA? It's more working on his
conditioning, and it's also his inability to defend out in space. Teams will put him in high screen and roll and try to get him to move his feet, and that's something that's going to be very difficult for him to do. As Kerwin Roach is on fire, 45-30. Kerwin Roach has got the hot hand going here in the first half.
13 first half points for Kerwin Roach. Bulls by 15, largest lead of the night, continues to grow. Fall, left-handed dribble, spinning it
in the Midwest.
6.5 to go in the first half. Bulls playing very well against a short-handed Cleveland Charge squad. Bulls 3 games out of the final playoff spot with 4 to play. So ideally the Bulls would need to win 4 in a row and need some help along the way. With the shot clock winding down, a desperation 3 attempt by Bullock was well short.
That's what you call a wish and a prayer there by Ballack. Had no chance on that one.
Cleveland get the second chance opportunity. Young spins from a defender out towards the corner, and Husett trains the 3. Josh Husett with 5 points here in this first half.
Scotty Lindsay with a bemused look on his face coming back down court, like I didn't know if he could make that. It was nothing but the bottom of the net.
Dotson airlifts a deep three. Been quiet offensively in the first half as the ball goes high and over the net. Just 2 points. 0 of 3 from the field for Dotson.
Very unusual seeing him being this passive in the first half, but if you look at his last couple of games, he's done his best work in the second half, and I'm sure that he'll respond to whatever challenger needed. His other teammates have got it going, so he doesn't feel the need to try to force his offense.
Rainbow floater connects for Cameron Young. As Mark mentioned, Cameron has been Mr. Confident offensively the last couple of games for the Charge, and so far in the first half, 12 points. Dotson, a three, well short. You can see his frustration.
Yeah, frustrated as that one went long as the visitors have reeled off 6 straight points to cut the lead to 9.
Young, step back three. Contact was made, and a one-shot, 3-point free throw coming up for Cameron Young. The foul on Scotty Lindsay.
Scotty just walked away after that foul, knew he made a mistake. He wanted to challenge the shot by Young, but he made contact after the release. And that is the ultimate getting points the easy way. If you can make one free throw and pick up 3 points, which would really cut into this Windy City Bulls lead.
Cameron Young at the stripe, the LA native. Young on the season, a 80% free throw shooter as he drains the one-shot 3-point attempt.
It wanted to come out, but it was able to spin back in. Of course, Young from that basketball powerhouse, Quinnipiac, so, not exactly a household name, but he's a very good player.
And from that household conference, the powerhouse known as the MAC, home of St. Peter's, who are in the Sweet 16.
Yeah, they had the upset of the first round, beating Kentucky last Thursday.
A lot of deflections inside the Bulls bucket. Another tip ball high in the air, and the Bulls recover with 7 on the shot clock. Malcolm Hill drains the rainbow jumper after
starting the first half for Windy City.
Back-to-back outings for Curran Roach, where he's drained 3 3-pointers. As the Bulls lead by 8, 4:20 to go in the half. Husitz, the first native of Great Falls, Montana to play in the NBA. Newman, deep jumper attempt, that's off the mark, and a two-handed rebound easily secured by Marko Simonovic.
Marko was so anxious to try to start the fast break, he traveled there, but he got away with it.
Dare I say it was a Euro step?
Not that far away from the basket. I don't know if you call that a Euro step. They tried to get a quick bucket in transition, unfortunately no good, and now the Charge coming the other way.
Bullock with a high dribble, eludes a defender. Finds Newman. Good defense by Dotson on a late whistle. And a reach-in foul is going to be called on the former Kansas Jayhawk, Devon Dotson.
Newman goes crashing to the floor. They're looking at the clock to see if it's time for a bonus. It's only the 4th team foul, so they'll inbound at side court. Dotson tried to pull the chair on him and tip the ball away, but he's called for a foul.
Taco Fall re-enters the lineup for Cleveland. Newman attacks off the right window, no. Taco Fall with an easy rebound, and the putback's good for the former UCF standout. 8 points for the Senegalese Taco Fall.
Yeah, Charge coach Dan Giroux right in front of us was saying, what about a foul there? His guard really got his arm pulled back, but Taco was in perfect position to get the layup. Could not get the block shot there as Tyler Cook eludes him and lays it in with the left hand.
Good recognition by Tyler Cook, knowing that the big man was coming inside. Waited an extra second, able to get that bucket to roll through. 8-point lead for the Bulls with 3 to go. A steal by Dotson. Dotson turns on the burners, goes coast to coast, and gets the finish. The steal, the bucket. Devon Dotson.
Hopefully that's going to get him going. Good play on the defensive end. Takes the ball all the way in. That was truly a one-man fast break for Devon Dotson.
4 points on the night for Dotson. Rebound and the second chance bucket good for Trey Landers. His first points tonight. 7th second chance point in this first half for Cleveland. Houston with a steal, just stealing the dinner away from Devon Dotson right in front of his face.
Yeah, Dotson tried to force that drive, and the bigger Houston was in his way, was able to get the steal. Now a good play by Tyler Cook to knock it away from Taco Fall.
Dan Jerome right in front of us, just frustrated after that turnover was made by Fall.
Well, a guy that big you do not want him handling the ball. You don't want him putting it down on the ground where the smaller players can take it away from him. And I think that's why Dan Giroux is so frustrated. Taco has got to catch the ball close to the basket and go straight up. You don't want him dribbling under any circumstances.
And given his frame at 7'6", you rather not have him hold on the ball near the waist. Instead, just keep him chest high. It'll make it very difficult for defenders as Landers heads back towards the Cleveland bench.
Well, I mean, just look at him. It's a long way for him to dribble the ball from his waist to the ground. It makes it easy for the guards to get in there and steal it.
Thompson shoves a pass to Tyler Cook. Cook sees a window of opportunity, extends the left hand, and gets the finish as he was met right in front by Taco Fall.
I don't think Taco read the scouting report that Tyler Cook loves to finish with the left hand. He extended his arm and got it over the 7'6" center for 2 points for the Bulls.
Off the shoulder of Taco Falls, the ball bounces out of play. Bulls back to a double-digit lead, under 2 to play in this first half. Quick dart delivered by Devon Dotson. Alford will slow it down. Dotson out to the left corner. Alford. High pass. Simonovic comes down with it. And a nice soft mid-range jumper for the Montenegrin, Marko Simonovic, who's had a quiet offense in the first half of play. Just 4 points, 5 boards.
Good recognition that time by Bryce Alford. He drew Taco Fall out on a switch as Taco's able to get a basket easy on the loose ball. Just throws it down, and he'll go to the free throw line for a chance to finish the three-point play. But just to finish the point on the last play, Taco Fall went out on a switch with Bryce Alford, but kind of caught no man's land. He wasn't guarding Alford. He wasn't guarding his man, so Marco found an open area. Alford hit him with the pass, and Marco able to hit that little 12-foot jumper.
Cavaliers two-way prospect, Taco Fall. A 59% free throw shooter on the season. And unsuccessful on the three-point play. We get a whistle on the floor. It looks like a foul's going to be called on Simonovic.
Yeah, that's terrible when you foul on a missed free throw. I mean, that's something you just can't have. You want to make sure you screen off the defense and don't let them get close to getting an offensive rebound, especially with a guy like Taco Fall who shoots a low percentage from the stripe. We saw he's got a big-time hitch in his free throw motion. So now Hustis goes to the line. He'll shoot one free throw, which potentially could give the Charge 4 points on this trip down court.
And that rattles in.
Yeah.
Josh Husett from Stanford, 29th overall in 2014, 76 appearances in the NBA over a 2-year stretch with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Spent the season overseas playing for historic Bayern Munich in Germany. Off the foot of Taco Fall, officials didn't see it.
Well, I think they're saying that Cook threw it off his foot. It wasn't like he made a kicking motion to try to get it away. It's really a bad pass by Cook.
Newman, good defense by Dotson, gets another steal. Out to Simonovic. Marco, no, as he collided with Husett. We get a whistle and a free throw attempt coming up for Marko Simonovic. You can see a little limp on Simonovic this time of season. A lot of guys battling through injuries, banged up.
He did a nice job running the floor, and Hustis didn't get into a defensive position to try to take a charge and bumped into Marco, and that's why little finger roll comes up short. He'll go to the free throw line, hopefully to pick up 2 points here with one free throw. And, you know, as shorthanded as the Charge are right now, you don't want to give them the sense that they can come in here and steal this game. It's only an 8-point spread right now. The Bulls really could be up by 15 or more.
Simonovic at the stripe. Unsuccessful on the free throw attempt. You can see his frustration after the miss.
And he's an excellent free throw shooter, so you hate to leave those points at the stripe.
Young, high dribble, out to the right corner, three, no. A lot of contact made as he was going up for the three. Second chance opportunity for the Charge, stolen away by Dotson. Finds Cook, look out below, a left-handed flush for Tyler Cook.
Turning defense into offense, that's been one of the strengths for the Bulls all season long. Tyler Cook, a very active, good runner at the power forward spot, the left-hand dunk.
The third steal tonight for Devon Dotson, who's been quiet offensively, but picking it up on the defensive end. Taco Fall inside, an easy rim rattle.
He buried Marco in the post that time. Dotson tried to deflect the pass away, but it got all the way through. And once Taco catches it there, you're done for.
Shot clock turned off. Final shot attempt of the half for the Bulls. Dotson with plenty of time, missing the jumper. Bullock, a prayer at the...
Morrison on the offensive end. I'm predicting we'll see a much better second half offensively from Devon Dotson.
Bulls will start the third quarter with possession. Glad you're joining us here on this Wednesday night here from Hoffman Estates. As the Bulls wind down this regular season after tonight, just 3 games left in the 21-22 season as Marko Simonovic misses his first attempt from the right elbow here in the second half.
You know that line that objects in your rearview mirror may be closer than they appear? In that instance, he saw 7'6" Taco Fall coming right at him, and he kind of pulled the string on that jump shot. He was wide open, but he saw a large object getting bigger and bigger as it came close to him.
That peripheral vision sometimes can be a little bit deceiving.
You got to focus on the rim, not
That's
a 7'6" guy with his arm extended coming towards you. Easier said than done, though.
Roach. Pass, he lost the handle, recovered by Cleveland. 3 off the mark for Bullock, and the rebound controlled by Tyler Cook. Cook now with 3 boards in this ball game. Hill slowly inside the paint and rejected easily by Taco Fall. You could hear the ooze from the Now Arena crowd.
Like putting it up on a tee for a 7'6" center. Malcolm was going to try to loft it up, but Taco was having none of that knocking into the first row.
Fall is second in the G League in blocks per game. And so far today, right on average, 3 blocks for
Kerwin
Taco
Roach.
Fall as Kerwin Roach drains his 4th 3-pointer of the night. 4 of 4 from 3-point territory for Roach. 16 points. He's now 6 of 9 shooting.
Yeah, second verse, same as the first, starting the second half by knocking down a 3-point shot.
Newman off the fake, off the mark, Fall with the easy board. And a quick foul will send the 7'6" Senegalese to the foul stripe.
Very smart foul there by Marko Simonovic. He knew that Fall had inside position. The only thing you can do is hack him and send him to the line. Actually, the foul will go on Roach. But the fact that Taco struggles from the free throw line, that's exactly where you'd rather have him than dunking the ball easily on his tiptoes.
Cleveland 4 of 6 from the stripe. As Taco Fall now 1 of 3 from the foul line.
That is an ugly looking free throw motion, but at least he had the backspin on it to get it to crawl around the rim and in.
Back to a single-digit affair. Dotson spinning away from traffic as he's guarded by Landers. Step back jumper, no. Extending the right hand to pick up an easy board is Taco Fall.
Taco doing a really nice job there, extending the right hand and just grabbing that rebound with ease.
Double-double tonight for Fall, now 11 rebounds. As looked like
Young stepped on the end line there, so a turnover goes back to the Bulls. Bulls were excellent protecting the basketball in the first half. Only 3 turnovers for the home team. Great sign for Henry Domarson.
10 turnovers for Cleveland in the first half, resulting in 14 points off of those turnovers. Roach, another 3.
He's 5 for 5. Kerwin Roach is on fire from the outside.
His 5th tray tonight, 19 points for the former Texas Longhorn. Bulls by 12. Landers, line drive 3, that's short. And an easy rebound that was stolen away by Windy City. Dotson in transition, contact as he hits the deck along the right baseline. He'll head to the stripe for a 1-shot, 2-point free throw.
Devon Dotson looking to push the pace, something we talked about heading into the second half. Ballack tries to get back on defense, cuts him off, and they'll send Dotson to the line for a chance to pick up 2 points with the 1 free throw, going behind the back to set up the fast break opportunity, and Ballack could do nothing but foul him.
Ballack trying to explain to Isaac Barnett right in front of us, Mark, that trying to explain Dotson, a little erratic as he was going into the paint, lost his balance, but officials saying, oh, sorry, buddy, you made contact there as the 1-shot, 2-point free throw.
And it wasn't really a great defensive effort by Ballack. He just ran through him. You know, he didn't really make an attempt to make a play on the ball. He just tried to cut him off by running through, and that was an easy call for the official.
Pell gives it right back to Newman. Nice soft jumper for Malik Newman. 6 points in the ball game.
And Newman pretty quiet in that first half. As we mentioned, a star at Kansas. He's going to need to pick up his offense if the Chargers are going to hang in this one.
Hill off the ball fake. Jump pass Gives it to Devon Dotson, the left wing. 8 on the shot clock. Dotson along the baseline, and a nice finger roll finish with the left hand for Devon Dotson. Dotson now with 8 points.
Excellent first step quickness. He just blew past Newman, who pushed him, gave him a shove in the back. Should have been an and one, but an easy two for Devon Dotson.
Pell. Jump pass out to the left corner. Catch and shoot three. Rattles out off the mark for Cameron Young. Cleveland struggling from three-point territory. 3 of 14.
Oh,
and a
there
nice
you go.
finish inside for Devon Dotson, who's now picking it up on the offensive end.
Dotson lighting him up on the offensive end. Little hesitation dribble, then he hit the accelerator. They had no chance to stop him. Laid it right over the front of the rim.
And now 10 points for Devon Dotson. Gets the rebound, puts on the burners. Will slow it down as he heads to the right wing. Top of the key, Roach a three. Hits the front of the iron.
Oh, he finally missed one. You know, a good decision by Dotson. He saw his teammate trailing him, knew he was 5 for 5 from three-point range, and thought 3 are better than 2. I'll pass it over to him, let him knock down another one.
Josh Eustace will re-enter for Cleveland.
You know, Dotson is so fearless going to the basket. I thought he might challenge them 1-on-3 and try to get the layup as well.
Devon penetrates, partially rejected by Eustace. Controls the rebound. Here comes Cleveland in transition. Newman out to Bullock, left corner. 3 is good. Catch and shoot. Just the 4th made trade tonight for Cleveland.
He's been struggling with that outside shot, but he got that one to go as the charge. Hanging in there, down 13.
Simonovic sidesteps a defender. Easy pathway to the finish along the paint.
Another very questionable Euro step, kind of running one way, going back the other, but Marco gets the 2.
I'd call that a stutter step. From
Simonovic.
Simonovic.
Good move by a running back. I'm not so sure if it's good for a 6'11 center.
Bullock, another catch and shoot attempt from the left corner, off the mark.
Bulls are doing a nice job on the defensive glass. They got out-rebounded in the first half, doing a much better job here in the third quarter.
Big 3 is good. Ring it up. Malcolm Hill.
That was nothing but net from the top of the key. That's his second three-pointer of the night.
12 points on the evening for Hill. And he picks up the rebound. Hill will pump up the burners. Contact made as he was angling towards the left wing, and a foul is going to be called on Cameron Young. You can see the frustration on Cameron's face, and things starting to go a little out of hand here for Cleveland as we approach the 7-minute mark of this third quarter.
Well, Henry Domerson obviously told his group that we've got numbers on these guys. Let's push the pace at every opportunity. And you notice Taco Fall's already sitting down. Only 4 minutes in the second half. They had to go to Norvell Pell to give him a breather because he just can't play this lightning quick, up-tempo kind of game. And that's something that the Bulls are trying to force to minimize the impact of a 7'6" center that the Charge has on their side.
18-point lead for the Bulls. Continuing to expand their largest lead this evening. Out towards the right corner. Cross-court pass off the mark for Henry Drell, and Marko Simonovic, after a couple of tips, gets it back and well short on a second chance opportunity from the left corner.
He tried the Ray Allen move, backpedaling the three-point line. You'd like to see him after he gets that offensive rebound, go back strong and try to score inside.
And we saw the Bulls early in the first quarter as Taco took his first breather of the night, as Young missing on the turnaround jumper, that the Bulls immediately at
Balather, and he was pushing the pace, doing an excellent job. Every time the Bulls got a defensive rebound, they got the ball to their point guard, number 1, and he was lightning quick getting to the rim. And now Jeremy Pargo getting into the paint, back out to Henry Drell. He's off the iron. Dotson is the engine that makes this go. When he's pushing the pace like this, the Bulls are an awfully tough team to defend.
Bulls 12 of 28 from three-point territory tonight. Hard to believe the Bulls have attempted 28 shots from three-point territory. Saw a lot of awkwardness on the couple of jump pass attempts by Cleveland. And Pargo turns it over.
Yeah, he had a chance to get the ball to Marco, who had a smaller defender against him, but the pass was tipped away.
Ball goes out of bounds. You can see Josh Husitz wanting a foul. He was shoved from behind, does not get the call. Dan Grober in front of us, the head coach of Cleveland, arguing as well to the officials, saying, hey, my guy got shoved from behind. But
yeah,
the officiating
I don't
crew,
think the visiting Charge are very happy with the whistle they've been getting today. They've been on the short end of a couple of calls, and that time it looked like a pretty obvious foul as Eustace went sent to the deck, and they just called it out of bounds off of Eustace.
Pargo driving. Pell with the block. as he shoves it right out of play.
We got to get Jeremy on the board. He's the halftime interview today. You can't be scoreless. He's the only guy who hasn't scored yet. He's give him a hard time after this one.
He's 0 of 3 from the field. Simonovic. Oh, nice feed inside and an easy flush for Henry Drell, the rookie from Estonia, in his 26th appearance with Windy City tonight.
And the Charge players coming in. This team is 6-20 on the regular season. Only 8 players. You can see the air kind of going out of the balloon. They look kind of dispirited out there. Norval Pell looked at the coach like, well, who was supposed to guard him that time? And the answer apparently was no one.
3 from the left corner is good. Ring it up for Jawan Evans. His first 3 tonight, 7 points off the bench. Just their 5th made 3 tonight. 5 of 21 as Scotty Lindsay misses the 3, high off the left iron.
Yeah, Scotty Lindsay has seen his minutes drop a little bit because of the additions of the two-way players, but he's capable of lighting it up in a hurry off the bench.
Cameron Young missing a jumper from the foul line. Simonovic with the rebound. Here's Pargo. Oh, nice bounce pass to Drell. A little miscommunication. Pass intended for Scotty Lindsay. Scotty's like, whoa, my man, was going along the baseline there.
Yeah, he zigged while Pargo thought he was going to zag, and as a result, the former zag winds up throwing it out of bounds.
Spoke to Scotty Lindsay during shoot-around this afternoon about these young Europeans on the Bulls roster, and he was impressed with Marko Simonovic and Henry Drell, the way these guys, while young, have played professionally since their teens. So coming into this Windy City group this year, they were pretty much acted like veterans. Spoke very highly of Henry Drell, who has played professionally since he was 15 years old.
Right, and he came over from Belgium early in the year, and it's a big adjustment. Obviously having to adjust to a new city, a new team, a new culture, that takes a big strain. Of course, with Marko, this is his first season. He's got a little bit more support as being part of the parent Bulls, but it's not easy to move all the way to another country and try to assimilate yourself. As we see Cameron Young driving to the basket, he'll go to the free throw line with a chance to get 2. Ethan Thompson biting on the pump fake, and then the help defense, Young draws the foul.
Lindsay, who has played professionally in Europe, played for Benfica in Portugal, admitted that in Portugal, Benfica's soccer club much more popular than Benfica's basketball team. Out to Ethan Thompson off the Simonovic pass, missing a 3 from the left wing. Nice rebound by Drell. Goes to Scotty Lindsay with a deep 3 from the left corner. Ring it up. You can see the frustration on the face of Malik Newman after that 3 was sunk through by Scotty Lindsay. A lot of frustrated faces on the Cleveland side.
And Henry Drell knows that Scotty Lindsay is a dead-eye shooter from three-point range. The last 2 attempts, as soon as he let it go, he put up one arm, signaling that three-pointer's going down.
A lot of traffic hovering around Taco Fall, and as Mark mentioned, it's a defensive 3-second violation called on the Bulls. Henry Drell is looking to extend the hand, but Robert Husey, the official number 12, rejected Henry at the altar.
Well, he said health and safety protocols. I'll pass on the handshake. You just accept your technical foul and let's get on with it.
Yeah, I'm sure if Henry went for a fist bump, I think.
He might have had better luck with that, I think.
So the free throw's good. Sideline inbound coming up for the Cleveland Charge, formerly known as the Canton Charge. Moved right into downtown Cleveland, playing at the Fieldhouse, the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. And you're seeing that more and more, where a lot of these NBA teams are just getting their G League affiliates closer and closer to their main hub.
Makes it much easier for the executives to keep an eye on what's going on, not only in games, but in practice sessions. Seeing how guys are doing in the weight room and their conditioning, and they can really kind of keep an eye, not only, oh, look at this. That was like an all-star game maneuver. Taco Fall throwing it off the rim and just saying, I'll grab that rebound and get a rebound and 2 points.
7-6, but light on his feet is Taco Fall on the floor. Drell, a catch-and-shoot 3 off the mark. Simonovic with the rebound. And the Bulls with a second chance opportunity, and a lot of frustrated faces along the Cleveland sideline, as they're giving the Bulls a lot of opportunities on the offensive end. Pargo trying to earn 2 the hard way. Couldn't get the finish, but right place, right time for Marko Simonovic with the putback. Just his 8th bucket of the night for Simonovic. 10 rebounds, so double-double watch continues for the Montenegrin.
Yeah, Pargo was gesturing to the official. He got hacked on the left arm, but it hung on the rim. Made an easy pickup for Marco to get the two as Malik Newman hits a three-point range. The Charge trying to give one last charge here as we hit the late stages of the third quarter.
Drell, jump pass to Pargo near the AT&T logo near the left wing. Pargo gets it back, left-handed dribble. Newman with 10 points in this ball game. Thompson along the baseline, pumped up the first of two between the Bulls and the Skyhawks. A Friday-Saturday tilt. What a weekend of basketball here in the Chicagoland area. Bulls in town in Hoffman Estates, and over on West Madison, you got the regionals in the NCAA tournament taking place.
Yeah, not the teams that a lot of people expected. Wisconsin would have had a big contingent at the United Center, but they got knocked out of the tournament by Iowa State. Amazing turnaround by the Cyclones. There he goes. Jeremy Pargo ring the bell. So everybody has scored now for the Windy City Bulls.
Pargo's first points tonight was in double figures on Sunday against the Knicks. Final 90 seconds of this third quarter of play. It's been all Bulls as Pargo gets the rebound off the bounce. Bulls have outscored Cleveland 29-16. Make it 32-16 as Scotty Lindsey drains another three.
There you see the veteran experience by Jeremy Pargo. He kind of waited for the traffic to go by, saw Lindsey coming up on the wing, knows he's one of their best three-point shooters. Nice left-handed pass, and Scotty Lindsey drains it from three-point land.
9 points tonight for Scotty Lindsey. Final minute of the third quarter of play. Newman, no. Rebound, Taco Fall, and elevates ever so gingerly off the window for Taco.
Got to be a little bit frustrating for Marko Simonovic. He tried to come over, challenge that shot by Newman, and he was out of position on the rebound. And once Taco gets the ball right underneath the bucket, there's nothing you can do.
18 points on 13 rebounds for Fall. 7 on the defensive end, 6 offensively. So hard night on the floor for Fall. Tough shot for Jeremy Pargo. And now he's heating up. 5 points for Pargo.
Again, showing that veteran experience. He saw Taco was standing in his way in the lane, kind of took a sideways dribble and got the open 12-foot jumper to go.
Newman. Final seconds of this third. Newman at the top of the key, no. Fall with the rebound. Pivots and an easy finish for Taco Fall.
Just too big, and that's one of the challenges for Marco. You know, he's given up a ton of weight, and it's very difficult for him to try to root Taco out of the post. But that's something that he's going to have to develop in as he wants to make that jump to the NBA level next year. Has to continue to work in the weight room, get stronger so he can hold his ground in the post, because a guy like Taco, if he gets that close to the basket, you know, as I mentioned earlier, there's not much you can do.
2.6 to go in the third. Bulls with an opportunity to set up a bucket. Simonovic a deep three attempt with 0.3 of a second left. Ring it up, Marko Simonovic.
He scores more than 100 points and brings home the victory. All fans in attendance here at Now Arena can bring home a Big Mac, just like the ones we're looking forward to enjoying after the game, courtesy of Bear Family McDonald's.
Already got the fries next to me and waiting to enjoy that at the end of the game with a Coca-Cola Classic, Mark.
Yeah, I think that they're a pretty good bet to get to 100 points.
On their way, no doubt about it, as the Bulls outscored Cleveland, Mark, 36-22 in the third quarter of play, nursing a comfortable 18-point lead, as you'd have to imagine for Windy City. Could be an opportunity to get a couple of guys with low minutes over the last few games, a little increase.
Yeah, you look at the stats, and they're pretty even in terms of points in the paint and second chance points, but the big edge for the Bulls is at fast break points. 15-3 advantage for the home team, and that goes to what we were talking about, Devon Dotson attacking, them having the strength in numbers with 13 guys available as opposed to 8 for the Cleveland Charge, and every opportunity they're pushing the pace, and that's really allowed them to open up this lead.
Alfred tripped while dribbling. Bulls recover, 10 on the shot clock. Tyler Cook is rejected. A big block by Norvell Pell. His third block tonight. 6 blocks in total for Cleveland.
Yeah, Pell did a nice job of sniffing out that move by Tyler Cook and got the rejection. Couldn't get the tip in on the other end. Malcolm Hill for 3. I tell you what, when he's shooting it well, he doesn't even think about touching the rim. It's nothing but net.
15 points for Hill. 3 of 7 shooting from three-point territory. The Bulls overall tonight, 16 of 35 from three-point range.
That's a good formula for success in today's game when you can knock down that kind of percentage, about 45% for the night, which is excellent for a professional team shooting the three ball.
On the other side, Cleveland 6 of 24 from three-point territory at a 25% clip.
And we should point out the Charge are missing some of their key players. Wes Iwundu, who played a bunch in the NBA with the Orlando Magic, is out with an ankle injury. They've got Brandon Goodwin, one of their good backcourt players, is out, not with the team.
No Justin James, former Wyoming Cowboy and Sacramento King.
R.J. Nembhard. So they are very short-handed today. And, you know, still, the Windy City taking care of business, well on their way to a third straight win during this 5-game homestand, which is exactly what the doctor ordered. The math not in their favor, as you mentioned, 3 games out of the final playoff spot. But if they can sweep this homestand, maybe catch a break somewhere else, it'll make the final week of the season a lot more interesting.
So the frustration after the foul was called on Scotty Lindsey as Cameron Young at the foul stripe. 1 of 6 from three-point territory tonight. Now with 17 points. Cleveland 7 of 10 from the foul line tonight.
Remember, Young had 15 at halftime, so they've done a nice job from not allowing him to really take control of the game. Dotson thought he got fouled as he underlaid that little layup attempt.
Everything but the finish for Devon Dotson on that sequence. And on the other end, a catch-and-shoot 3 is good for Juwan Evans. 2 of 2 from three-point range tonight in double figures with 10.
We talked about Juwan Evans a little bit in the first half, played for Brad Underwood at Oklahoma State. And I'll tell you what, as Dotson goes strong to the basket, he'll go to the free throw line. I thought Juwan Evans was going to be a really nice pro. I mean, he's a lightning quick guard at Oklahoma State, change of pace kind of guy, could get to the rim, a lot like Devon Dotson. And I thought that he was going to have an opportunity to make his mark. He was with the Clippers for a couple of years. He's played some NBA games, but even here with the Cleveland Charge, he's coming off the bench.
Right.
And the key thing that works against him is his size. You know, they list him at 6 feet. He's probably a little bit less than that. And that's the same challenge for Devon Dotson as he goes to the free throw line. At about 6 feet, you know, they're always going to give the advantage to a guy who's a little bit taller.
Right.
But that change of pace, that first step quickness, the ability to be a one-man fast break, I think really brings a lot of value to an NBA team. So Evans is trying to work his way back as Devon Dotson also is trying to prove that he can be an NBA rotation player next season.
Evans left Stillwater after a sophomore season at Oklahoma State, drafted in the second round by the Sixers in 2017, 56 NBA appearances. And Evans right on cue, a catch-and-shoot 3 is good, ring it up. 13 points for Juwan Evans, making his 83rd appearance in the NBA G League, 17th with Cleveland tonight. As like Landers is whistled for the foul with his hands over his head, not pleased with the call from Robert Husey.
Yeah, the frustration on Devon Dotson's face. The referee basically had to make a call, otherwise it would have been a travel because he was knocked off his pivot foot. So reluctantly, he called a foul on the Charge.
A jump cross-court pass from Hill. They move it around now left wing, and the 3 is short for Devon Dotson. Dotson struggling tonight from three-point range. 12 points on 5 assists.
Yeah, he's only 3 for 11 from the floor, and he's missed all of his three-point attempts. An uncharacteristic off-shooting night, but he still has done a lot of good things in other areas of the court as the Bulls have run out to this big lead. We've got a game, actually 3 more. We got a Friday game and a Sunday game this weekend. The last game, regular season game of this season, is April 2nd, which is a Saturday coming up. So we're counting down to a precious few.
Yeah, make your plans to be with us here at the Now Arena as we wind down this regular season. Bulls with the steal behind the back pass. Dotson! Everything but the finish once again for Devon. Good defense by the Bulls, still hustling with a large lead in this fourth quarter of play, and a 3 is connected by Cameron Young. Just his second made 3 on 7 attempts. He's got 22.
I think Devon's feeling a little snake bit right now. Malcolm Hill led the break, a beautiful behind-the-back pass. Dotson went uncontested in there and just underlaid the layup.
They had the crowd here at Now Arena hanging on the edge of their seats and anticipating something big to happen in that play.
And don't look now, but the Charger within 14 with the ball.
A high jump pass from Newman, recovered inbounds for Cleveland. Young Little erratic pass for Husetz. 5 on the shot clock. They've got to hurry. Down to 3. Colliding.
Good
And
defense.
A wasted possession there for Cleveland. On the other end, Dotson finally gets the finish.
He's got to look at his hand like, I finally got one. Was not afraid to challenge Ballack in there and laid it in with the right hand. Nice to see one go for Devon Dotson. He's had a very tough day shooting the ball.
And the Bulls eclipsed the 100-point mark. Ballack, catch and shoot 3 is good from the left corner. And just like that, Henry Dormersant with 7:33 left in the ball game will call a timeout. As Mark mentioned, don't look now, but Cleveland trying to find their way back. They're down 13 with over 7 to play. We're back after this on NBC Sports Chicago. Curran Roach having a quick chat with Henry Drell. Great night for Curran this evening. 7 of 11 shooting. 19 points remains the Windy City leading scorer tonight, Mark.
Yeah, the Charge continue to out-rebound the Windy City Bulls. It's 45-40 at this point, and that's given them some second-chance opportunities, which has allowed them to hang around. I'm sure in that timeout, Henry Dormersant was stressing to his guys, this game's not over yet.
Right.
We've got to pick up our intensity on the defensive end, try to deliver the knockout punch right now.
Pargo calling for a Simonovic screen. Briefly got it. Pargo penetrates, finds Roach near the left corner along the baseline. Curran above the head of Taco Fall gets the finish. And again, the impressive offensive night continues for Roach. He has 21 points.
Both Taco Fall and Charge coach Dan Giro could not believe that Taco didn't swat that one into the first row. But Kerwin Roach timed it, got it over the big man's hand, and continuing his outstanding offensive night.
Bullock catch and shoot left corner once again. 3's off the mark. Mitch Bullock tonight with just 6 points on 2 of 10 shooting. Pargo, scoop pass from behind to Simonovic. Out to Malcolm Hill. A 3 is good from the right side. Ring it up. The 17th made 3-pointer tonight for the Bulls. The 4th for Malcolm Hill. He has 18 points.
Malcolm Hill, an excellent catch and shoot player. That's exactly what the Windy City Bulls.
Those 2 that were sitting in the front row seeing that
Also want to
collision
clear
happening.
out, yeah.
Life were flashing before their very eyes.
Yeah, Taco can wipe out a small country when he falls down.
Roach.
Again, over Pell that time by blocking out harmful blue light and UV rays. For more information about Zenny's blocks technology, visit zenny.com.
Off the timeout as we approach the 6-minute mark of this 4th quarter. Cleveland looking for another last gasp run as they trail by 20. They had cut it to 13. But a 7-0 run for the Bulls has made things a little bit more difficult on the comeback trail for Cleveland. Evans penetrated inside, didn't get a whistle. Instead, a late whistle comes through, and a foul is going to be called on Henry Drell. Extremely late whistle. Henry with a nasty glare at the officials when the foul was called on him.
Yeah, the Bulls had already started the fast break the other way. Then the official decided that he was going to call a foul on Henry Drell, maybe feeling a little bit sorry for the visiting Charge on that play.
Bullock thought about the 3, said he'll penetrate inside, last-second jump pass. Not sure about that as Young misses. Ball circled off the iron. Not the biggest fan, Mark, of the jump passes.
No, you hate to see that. You have to have a good idea where it's going to go once you jump in the air. Kerwin Roach coming up short as he goes for another 3-point attempt. Nice fast break there by the Bulls, but they come up empty on the shot by Roach.
Sloppy ball handled by Cleveland. Roach through 2 defenders. A quick whistle, and Kerwin Roach will head to the stripe for a 1-shot, 2-point free throw. Bulls tonight have done pretty well from the stripe. 4 of 7. Here's a second look. A quick foul.
Yeah, they had all kinds of opportunities there. He could have dished it off to Marco on the wing. Instead, he tried to split the 2 defenders. Gets hacked across the arm, so Kerwin Roach with a chance to go over the 20-point mark.
Bulls off the bench tonight, 33 bench points as the 1-shot, 2-point free throw falls short. Cleveland, 22 points, playing with 3 off the bench tonight, a total of 8 dressed for the Cleveland Charge this evening. Bulls have been in that position on numerous occasions this season.
They've been relatively healthy, though, over the last month, and that has really helped them, especially here at home. They've been an outstanding team at home.
Offensive foul, moving screen on Taco Fall as Curran Roach took a spill near the left wing.
And Taco kind of leaned in on that screen. He gets called for the foul. Here's another look at it. Roach trying to maneuver around the big man. He just extended his shoulder and his hip. Got a piece of Curran Roach and called for the foul.
Hill, catch and shoot three from the right wing. No. Taco with the rebound. And Mark, we're so used to seeing in the NBA, it's sort of been this trend maybe over the last 5 or 6 seasons. But if you're 7 foot or above, you're usually have found a spot for you on the bench in the NBA. But as the analytics revolution has come through the association, as Malcolm Hill takes a spill to the floor, he'll shoot a free throw coming up. Gone are the days where you would assume a 7 foot or taller type player would find themselves at least on the back end of an NBA's bench.
Right, we've seen traditional low post big men are kind of being phased out in the NBA. That's why a lot of discussion here in the Chicago area, the state of Illinois, about Kofi Coburn. He's a junior player at Illinois, has 1 more year of eligibility. The assumption had been that he would go pro, but will he find rotation minutes in the NBA? You know, he's listed at 7 feet tall. He's strictly a back to the basket kind of center. And most NBA teams want a more agile big man who can get out in space, who can move out and switch onto a smaller player, and who also has some semblance of an outside shooting touch. If you're just strictly a back to the basket, or in the case of Taco Fall, a guy who's just a dunk shot and in, you know, there's just not an opportunity for a lot of minutes. Remember Luka Garza last year, first team All-American at Iowa. You know, he's played some G League minutes, struggling to get in the rotation with the Pistons, and he was a double-double machine at Iowa. It's just very difficult if you don't have exceptional quickness, the ability to guard in space, and three-point shooting range. If you don't have those qualities, you're not as valuable as it used to be for an NBA team. It used to be every team had 3 centers between 6'11" and 7'2", just to make sure that you could occupy that space and protect the rim. Not as valuable of a player as it used to be.
Taco, 37 appearances in the NBA, 11 this season with Cleveland, as he's trying to work his way back to an NBA roster. Ethan Thompson, a 3, no. And when you look at the stat sheet, as Simonovic steals a rebound away from Taco Fall, a whistle and a one-shot, 2-point free throw coming up for the Montenegrin Marko Simonovic, who's getting a nice applause from his teammates, including Malcolm Hill.
Yeah, give a lot of credit to Marko. 11 points and 11 rebounds, even though he's going up against 7'6" Taco Fall. And on that play, as you mentioned, he was able to tip the ball away from the big man, regain it, and draw a foul. It's easy to get frustrated when you're playing against a guy that big. But to Marko's credit, he's been battling in there. He's made some nice contributions. He hasn't having a big offensive night, but he's overall had a good floor game, as we see the newest Windy City Bull coming into the game.
Franz Bleiberg getting his first minutes tonight. Appreciate you, Mark, letting me introduce the crowd to Franz Bleiberg from Belgium.
Wearing number 40, number 1 in your hearts.
From Antwerp, Belgium, had played with Real Betis in the Spanish League before immigrating his way here to the States. We heard his name a couple of weeks ago. Josh Krabak, Bulls general manager, mentioned, you know, we've signed a couple of guys from Europe. One, we're hopeful to clear protocol. That's Bleiberg right there. 6'10" type of player who has ball handling skills. Was actually a point guard growing up in Belgium. And he had this growth spurt that shot him up to 6 feet 10 inches.
So you got Marko out there, you got Bleiberg, and you've also got Jarrell. So the big European influence as we head into the final 3 minutes at Now Arena.
You've got Estonia, Montenegro, and Belgium all on the floor for Windy City, as Daniel Oturu will re-enter as he subs out the Montenegrin Simonovic. And we're starting to see really this European growth back into the NBA. You think back to late 80s, early 90s, where you had Vlade Divac coming into the NBA. You had
Shrimp.
Petrovic with the New Jersey Nets. And now you've got the best player in the NBA from Lithuania, another one from Serbia, who is the reigning MVP. These Euros are taking over the NBA market.
Yeah, and they're much more skilled and athletic than what we've seen in the past. You look at Nikola Jokic and the things that he can do. He's a triple-double threat every night. He's just an amazing talent and well on his way to potentially a second consecutive MVP award.
Bulls with their 18th made three-pointer tonight. Henry Drell sinks a 3. He's got 8 points tonight. And on the other end, Josh Husitz drains the deep shot. 2.5 to go here in the fourth quarter of play. Perion Calendret gets his first minutes tonight for the Bulls. Bleiberg for 3, trying to look for his first Windy City bucket. Good to see Perion get some minutes. DMPCD the last couple of games, did not play a coach's
with
decision.
the development of Kerwin Roach and the addition of Jeremy Pargo, he's kind of been the lost man in that rotation. And when you have a 13-man roster, you can't possibly play all of them. And unfortunately for Perion, who always is a max effort player, excellent on the defensive end, he's fallen out of the rotation, getting a chance for some mop-up minutes here in the fourth quarter.
2 minutes to go here at Hoffman Estates. As Ethan Thompson in double digits tonight, drains the 3. Ethan now with 11 points.
Windy City with excellent balance. They've, Kerwin Roach has been the leader in this game, but they've been getting contributions both off the bench and in the starting lineup.
Mitch Ballack drains a 3.
Ballack's going to sleep well today. He's played almost the entire game because, unfortunately for the Charge, they didn't have a lot of options with only 8 players.
Former Creighton Blue Jay, Calendret. Another attempt from the left wing, misses the 3, 0 for 2 tonight. In limited action for Calendret. Final minute here at Hoffman Estates as Cameron Young, arguably with his easy bucket tonight, with no one defending in front of the cup.
Getting a chance to pad his stat totals late in the game. He now has 26 points, continuing his hot streak in recent weeks, but most of those points not that significant as Windy City has been in control of this game almost from start to finish.
Oturu inside, deflected, and that goes off the thigh of Oturu. Bulls will entertain the College Park Skyhawks Friday and Sunday. Make your plans to be with us here at the Now Arena. WindyCityBulls.com for ticket information as we close out the regular season. There's 3 more games left here at Hoffman Estates as Ballack misses a deep 3.
We should point out that Sunday game is an afternoon contest at 3 o'clock. So for families that want to come on out, let the kids enjoy an afternoon of entertainment and basketball at Now Arena. Make your plans, as Julio said, to attend that Sunday game, a 3 o'clock start against the Skyhawks.
As we wind things down, your thoughts on the second half. The Bulls, again, Cleveland had cut the deficit to 13. Bulls went on a 7-0 run and really put the end to any sort of comeback efforts by the Charge.
And they did exactly what they needed to do. They were up by 8 at halftime, as you mentioned, and knowing that the Charge was shorthanded, they got Devon Dotson out in the open court in the third quarter, basically took the heart right out of the Cleveland Charge, extended the lead to 20, and then basically it was just a question of playing out the clock after that.
We will hear in a few moments from our player of the game, Kerwin Roach, who was outstanding tonight for Windy City. Half-court attempt with a